Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So I started the video off yesterday by talking about this, and it looks like it's becoming more prominent today. XRP up 5.44% change in the last 24 hours in comparison to Bitcoin, Ethereum. It looks as if it is gaining a lot of momentum. So Bitcoin right now trading under 8,000. That's making the news in the crypto space. A lot of people a little concerned over Bitcoin. Ethereum trading at 174 and XRP up to 0.267 cents. And the Bitcoin dominance keeps falling, so 66.6%, and the market cap is at 214.9 billion. So we look at the charts, and Bitcoin's lackluster performance is quite prominent here. Okay, dipping underneath this level of support that we were initially seeing, and it looks as if it's having a hard time staying in there. Meanwhile, when you look at XRP, nothing but positive momentum. So look at that, XRP on a daily. Let me put it on the hourly for a second here. And wow, look at those hourly candlesticks. Let's take a look at some of the numbers, guys. So XRP, I just did the calculation, and XRP, when compared to BTC, when you take it from that initial drop that occurred on September 26th, okay, right around here, everything dropped in the crypto space. And in terms of recovery, Bitcoin is only up 0.86%. in comparison to XRP from the same time period, which is up 16%. So you guys can see XRP is gaining quite a bit more than Bitcoin at this moment in time. And I'm obviously not the only one who's picked up on this. This article from A&B Crypto, XRP and XLM have the least correlation with Bitcoin among the top 10 cryptocurrency lists. So I don't know how far back they're going here, but essentially, first mover Bitcoin is rightfully enjoying all the advantages as every other cryptocurrency is pegged to it, giving it a wild sway over altcoins. But since Bitcoin is the most traded cryptocurrency, excluding Tether, of course, and is one of the dominant trading pairs on most exchanges, the effect of any sudden movement in BTC can be seen in altcoins. To put it simply, there is a strong correlation between altcoins and Bitcoin. So they continue down here saying, essentially Ethereum is 85% correlated to Bitcoin, while Bitcoin Cash is 89.42% correlated. Can be seen in Litecoin, EOS, Binance Coin, and Bitcoin SV. However, what's interesting is that the correlation for XRP and XLM are very much less than that. And guys, it's apparent in the charts. Look at that, XRP even making breaking a new intraday high, or almost hitting that new intraday high as of just now, up to 0.271 cents. And it looks like it's just going to keep climbing. I don't want to jinx it, but I never feel like it's really a jinx. I feel like it is just going to do what it's going to do. So why XRP and XLM? Well, they're similar types of cryptocurrencies. Even if you look at XLM on the charts here, guys. Oh, nope, that's XLM, the stock XLM, which has nothing to do with Stellar. Okay, but here's XLM on the 1 hour. Let's put it on the daily to give you guys some perspective here. So XLM tanked just as much during that last crash. Okay, so we saw it crashing here, but not nearly the kind of rebound as we've seen for XRP, especially in the last couple of hours or so. XRP has indeed shown more bullish momentum, so that's really great. I even calculated it on my Binance account on my phone, and it gives you the Bitcoin equivalent of what your XRP is worth, and so I do have some XRP on Binance right now. And over the last several months, I have actually increased. So if I were to switch over to Bitcoin right this second, I would have actually increased my Bitcoin position by 40%. I think I'm going to keep it in XRP for the moment. I don't know. This is looking promising. We are seeing some other things in the news. XRP transaction in batches of 28,000 XRP pop up overnight from Bitstamp to Bitso. So Ripple has been actively pushing its technology using the digital asset XRP in the traditional market. With traditional money transfer companies like MoneyGram adopting XRP to MXN volume saw a noticeable spike on Bitso by 25%. However, an anomaly was noticed as transactions between Bitstamp and Bitso registered a never-seen-before spike. So they're talking about a spike of 28K to 30K XRP transactions, almost like a heartbeat. From Bitstamp to Bitso recently changed its behavior. It used to send big transactions randomly. Now it sends these types of, or rather this size of transaction almost like a heartbeat. After looking into the transactions taking place on October 6th, it was found that a total of 28 XRP transactions took place and each of these transactions was over 28,000 XRP. The value of these transactions revolved around the amount of 28,368.12312 XRP and may have flooded the exchange with XRP orders, causing a spike in volume of XRP on Bitso. So happening like clockwork now. Could this mean that there is some regularity with regards to some of these transactions occurring through that particular Mexican corridor at least? Other analysts on Twitter paid heed to this rising volume of XRP in the Mexican corridor. MateJX on Twitter speculated someone causing this spike through a chart explaining the trend since the beginning of execution of trades. So XRP on-demand liquidity, the usual suspects transferred more than 1.2 million transferred from Bitstamp to Bitso. Someone is ramping up, he wrote. So guys, ramping up activity, ramping up transactions in the space. Now we're starting to see transactions in the amount of 28 to 30,000 XRP like a heartbeat, as this tweet implies. So regularity, that's good. Okay, if we're starting to see these transactions happen at a regular pace, that means somebody is now confident enough to be doing business regularly using XRP. Great for the space. And yet another push towards overall adoption. I saw this on the Daily Hodl. Crypto exchange CoinField teases secret project for XRP, and we heard about this last month. The Canada-based crypto exchange CoinField says it's a step closer to launching a mysterious project designed to push mass adoption of XRP. Okay, the exchange says it has launched an XRP validator. Okay, so we know about the validator that they were going to launch. CEO Bob Rass is calling the upcoming project a game changer for both the digital asset and the blockchain industry as a whole. This new ecosystem is the most sophisticated project ever built on top of XRPL. Wow, that is a huge claim, Bob Rass. The most sophisticated project ever built on top of the XRP ledger, and it is the best use case for that. We believe this will be a big step forward for the whole industry and the mass adoption of XRP blockchain. CoinField began teasing the project last month, okay, right? And then, so we saw this big S. I don't know if you guys remember. I did a video on that. This is clearly the logo for whatever this new project is going to be. Last month, Rass dropped another line about his thoughts on the potential for the digital asset. We've never wanted to be only another crypto exchange on the block. Indeed, our goal from the first day was to create a new financial ecosystem that people can easily trade different assets and spend them in real time. And we're getting there. Blockchain is changing our world. XRPL. So CoinField is one of a handful of exchanges that uses XRP as a base pair. And so the company will be unveiling this project at Malta AI and Blockchain Summit on November 8th, guys. So just around the corner, just about a month away. Curious to see what CoinField is saying is going to be the biggest project and most sophisticated project ever built on top of XRPL. And so we got Matthew Liny on Twitter as well, posting this. I thought this was great. European banking network will be able to access R3 Hyperledger Ripple with all XRP for settlement. And here are some screen grabs that demonstrate that here. So this talks about access to Target 2, so access to T2 and to other Target services via Swift or via Colt. And this with regards to the European banking network. He adds another screen grab down here. The objective to replace the existing Target 2 infrastructure with a new real-time gross settlement system completed by a new central liquidity management system, the CLM, that optimizes liquidity management across all Target services. Not going to be for a few years, but guys, the SIA chain, as you can see, multiple DIT platforms, including Corda, Ethereum, Ripple, Hyperledger Fabric, etc. So this is the SIA strategy. And also, finally saw this from Ian Northing on Twitter. That's at Ian Bins. In case you haven't seen this, and this is from last year, but guys, it really does put everything in perspective. This is a letter from last year to the Federal Reserve for the faster payment system, and he highlighted the important parts here. My recommendation is that the Fed partners with Ripple to replace the SWIFT and ACH infrastructure with RippleNet and encourage all US banks to adopt RippleNet for the following reasons that align with the Fed's goals. So it even talks about all US banks adopting RippleNet for the following reasons, and a lot of the reasons have to do with safety, security, efficiency, and ubiquity. Essentially the internet of value, moving money like we do information currently. I know this is a bit of an oldie but a goodie. It does reinforce the idea that the United States is on board with this, and guys, it is just a matter of those regulations to occur before we really start seeing the volume. Right now we are starting to see a bit of a pump with XRP, likely a bit speculative at this moment, guys. Just going to put this back on the hour for you guys to see. But wow, look at that. Even just in the last several minutes that I've been talking here, we're continuing to see XRP rise. Now out of this demand zone here. How far do you think we'll see it pump today and this coming week? I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.